Starting out as an indie release back in 2016, Thrill of the Fight quickly became the best VR boxing game in the world. But now, 7 years later, how does it stack up against its competitors? Let's find out. There's 10 fighters between you and glory, and you have to work your way up through all of them, each with their own unique fighting style and strategy. This makes every bout unique and challenging as you have to constantly adapt to your opponent's approach. One of the most exciting aspects of Thrill of the Fight is the sensation of landing a powerful punch on your opponent. The game uses advanced physics so you can really feel the impact of every blow, and hitting a right hook when your opponent's guard is dropped just makes the gameplay feel incredibly satisfying and thrilling. The game also offers a range of difficulty levels, from easy to outclassed, and you have the ability to customize everything with modifiers. This means that whether you're a seasoned boxer or a complete beginner, you can enjoy the game at a level that suits you. I think in terms of core gameplay, this is still the best boxing game in the market. The realistic boxing controls and physics makes this game incredibly physically demanding, as you have to dodge and weave while throwing punches with power and precision. This makes Thrill of the Fight an intense cardio exercise that will leave you sweating after each and every round. In a study by the VR Institute of Health and Fitness, they found Thrill of the Fight to be one of the most intense games you can play right now, burning upwards of 600 calories per hour. This made it very close to the top of our best VR fitness games, and to this day, this is the most I've ever sweated in a VR workout. It even rivals the dedicated fitness apps like Les Mills Body Combat and FitXR. Thrill of the Fight has received overwhelmingly positive reviews both on Steam and Oculus. On Steam, the game has 95% upvotes, and on Oculus, 4.8 out of 5 stars with 10,000 reviews. Players have praised the game's realistic gameplay, intense workout, and overall quality. Additionally, the developer Ian Fitz is extremely active on the Thrill of the Fight subreddit, and often replies to users' feedback and questions, which is great to see. Once again, Thrill of the Fight taking out the #1 spot here. So despite its age, immersion is one of the most important aspects in Thrill of the Fight. From the moment you step into the virtual ring, you are fully immersed in a realistic boxing world with incredibly responsive controls and motion tracking. If you have the space, room scale VR works fantastically here, or you can stand still and the opponent will rotate around you. But if you compare this to Creed, I think Creed does have slightly better visuals, and they also have iconic fighters like Apollo Creed and Rocky Balboa, and the soundtrack absolutely slaps. So there's definitely an argument that Creed has better immersion, and I think this is the first category where we start to see Thrill of the Fight miss out. Thrill of the Fight offers decent replay value thanks to its variety of opponents, difficulty levels, and game modes. If you treat this like a workout, then it's easy to get in the ring a couple times a week with a virtual sparring partner. One of the things that we would have loved to see is multiplayer, as this would drastically increase the replayability and the amount of time players spend in the game. And I think this is the only category where other boxing games like Creed clearly have the advantage. Or at least until you come up to someone using the strategy of Doom. So is it worth it? As you can see, for less than $10, you can pick up one of the most realistic and intense VR boxing simulators in the market. And in my opinion, it is well worth it. If multiplayer is a deal breaker, then you could look to pick up Creed or wait for Thrill of the Fight 2, which is hopefully going to come out later this year or early next. And I've got some more information on that in the description. If you want to see how I use Thrill of the Fight to burn 10,000 calories, then you could watch this video next.